Oh, greetings. I'm joining tonight's broadcast. Notice there's no politics in the title. Maybe I'll do that all next week just to get attention. It's a joke. Um, yeah, the whole thing of the politics situation, clone Biden, clone whatever the hell is going on. More power to them. So don't let this get you down. That's for sure. Let the comedy show continue. All right, so this is Zeta Grays from the future, Alternative Earth, MJ12, and Spirit being channeling. Basically, I want to take a couple of different directions here of exploring the grays from another Earth. Now, there's different types of grays. There's grays from Zeta Reticuli. They're different than a lot of other grays. I mean, some of the Zeta, it's just a long story there. Some of the grays are known to they do so many experiments on themselves and on the planet. They actually wipe out their own planets. Not trying to do so, but they're always trying new things. They know they can screw up a lot. So, and there's also, of course, there's grays from the future or other version of Earth, where they got too reliant on technology and that put them into a kind of like what we're going through now, but yes and no. And there are versions of gray are from like I said, alternative future where we look like we've been in the sun too long. So we're gonna dive into that, just a different type of a point of view. Yeah, the grays aren't always the ones to bring conversation, to go into their lineage all that much. The MJ12 is just to get a different point of view of it, go a bit to a spiritual point of view of them, and whatever else that comes through. Just basically keep it open because we're in some strange times. We are in times where I guess I could put this in the title. You never know. I'll have to put this in the title tomorrow. I forgot. I didn't really think that deeply into it. But we are in it now. Anything's possible. I mean, we could have not. I mean, who knows? We could have a fake alien invasion here. It's a possibility. The way things are set up right now, just remove the virus and add aliens to the subject matter. You never know. It doesn't mean it's going to happen anytime soon, but we're in that climate where anything can go. So you're getting that vibe of it. It just has that environment for it. We're in some, we're definitely in bizarre times for sure. So, all right, let's see what we have here. I'll give you a little bit of an update. If you don't want one, we're getting one anyway. And tomorrow is Super Soldier Super Bowl. All right, is I'm tired of comedy. I have private sessions. Yeah, the shop here. I'm on the. I don't remember. I'll just say I'm on the 23rd. I think I'm on. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Same situation here. Have other. There's webinar sign up, social networking. I'll get kicked off of Rabbit and behind the scenes. Support. So, yeah, we have Super Soldier Super Bowl tomorrow. Yeah, you think they'd be using their Super Soldier abilities for other things instead of just chasing a ball. But whatever. I mean, it just shows we're in a primitive time in our existence. I think the super soldiers would be like, building flying cars or something like that, or building buildings on Mars or something instead of just chasing a ball. That sounds exciting. I was never much into sports, but nothing like chasing a ball. Just yeah, it's probably especially was it baseball and basketball, probably really making those flat Earth people really mad. Because it's a ball. Get it? So I don't know. I guess they don't have sports on. Do they have like a bounce flat Earth? Do they have like a ball at all? It's just a bouncing flat ball that can work. Probably more excited than what we got right now. So yeah, sorry about that. Insulted everyone, but sports, but yeah, I think the super soldiers can be used for a little bit something else. You never know. So all right, going to Zeta connections. Give you some. I'll give a let's see. Zeta from the future. All right, we're bringing that energy in first. I was going to do it from a spiritual point of view too. I mean, obviously, the Zetas from the future is kind of a spiritual, but it's spirit world and Zeta world is a little bit different. Just put that, whatever. We're just going to stay confused. So I can get to the Zetas from the future, like the ones like that ruin their Earth through technologies, and they're out in the sun too long. So we'll see what we get from that. It's a joke. And we'll see where we get from that. I do feel like they are helping us avoid those situations. Um, yeah. So okay. All right. Blessings. Greetings to you. Greetings, we are Zetas from your future alternative Earth. We are. Yeah, we've always been a little strange. We don't have a past like yours. We don't have a history as yours. We were given technology too early. So we didn't know how to manage it well. Yes, we do come from a transhumanism reality where that was seen as normal and actually went well for a very long time. But then when we began to disconnect from our spiritual self, where we feel like we need to become more mechanical, we became more, yes, biological. We wiped out our planet basically. We're on another a version of Earth where it is, yes, where the sun is very difficult to receive information from because of our clouds around our planet. The Earth looks similar to like a Zeta planet, a world where it's just clouds and desolate energies everywhere. It's like a nuclear bomb hit it for the entire planet. And saying technically that was true. We experiment on ourselves to better ourselves, and we end up wiping ourselves out in the long run. So that's why another reason why nuclear technology is being healed on your world so much. Now the story of the call is made out on your world when after the nuclear bomb hits your planet. There's always going to be different versions of that. Because sometimes you have to let a society see what's capable of, allow it to see it, and then to remove it. So sometimes you have to go through those situations. I mean, if this is where you're going to go, let them go forward with it. Many beings wanted to stop it, but due to the climate of the planet, you would just have more desolation. The war would have gone on for at least possibly a couple more years. World War II, it would not have ended in 45, well, for possibly a couple more years. It would cost, I wouldn't say more lives due to it just, for your planet, it was just as well. So for our planet, why our society became disconnected, we lost faith in ourselves, become more reliant on technology that help evolve us. But then we weren't, just like your planet, many people here are becoming very reliant on technology. Similar to what your vaccine is here. Look at your vaccine, how people are chasing after it. Well, we did the same thing with technology. We chased after that. So it just ours had a little bit more of a destructive twist to it than yours. So to give you a little bit of a mindset of what we were going through. So yes, many grays are here, part of your Earth. See, we can see your future more clearly than you can see yours. So those like people that get abducted, we see their DNA as something that can help us evolve because we have de-evolved. We are technically evolved as alien beings, but we de-evolved in many other areas of genetics. So basically, we're looking for our own genetics improvement in the future. Now, some might agree with, disagree. It doesn't really matter. So it's basically life or death for us. So our populations are still high, but our world, now realize there's many other world versions of Earth where it is Zeta destruction planets. There's several of them. It's not just one. There's several. That's not exactly something to be proud of. But you have also reptilian planets where you have like a reptilian queen. So to give you an insight to that. So for better or for worse on that one. For Zeta energies, part of us also was to mix the races together when we have like one race, and that was another part of our downfall. Well, you can say for us to telepathically combine, we had to upgrade ourselves, so we mismatched our DNA. We really did a lot of DNA enhancements. It was pretty much the end of us, basically. So we are still surviving. We still have a civilization, nothing like yours, but it is like a war planet. It's not war, but it's not unhealthy Earth. It's very weak, but it does sustain life overall. Our oxygen is very different than yours. We do have trees, but they're very grayish. They don't have the same energies they do here. And we do have cities that, like, you have like a dystopian city. It's all wiped out. We have we have cities like that also. So it's grayish dust everywhere. That's why they call us the Greys, I guess. But a lot of it came from nuclear destruction. To give you an insight into our reality, it's the only reason why we are bringing it up. How is this going to help you in your evolution? Well, some of you might feel our timelines coming into yours. Seeing how people are becoming reliant on technology. Not that this is going to happen here, no. But not to say what Zeta is an abduction program. Now, there's different types of abduction programs. Not all programs are similar to ours, but there's a lot going on. Your government, your energies there. Yes, your government kind of. Now, there's parts of your government that actually sees, what version of Earth did some of us come from. They actually they don't have a full understanding of it, but they know that we come from different timelines. Now, imagine yourself in that chair seeing that. So, they do exist in your reality. They don't obviously make themselves known. They have a lot of psychic people around them protecting them. This is government officials. They're very, very hidden. But you can tap into their energies if you like. Now, is there an alien invasion or fake one being involved? We can't really go into that, but there are plans. One moment. Yes, we can't go into that. It's none of our business. But yes, we do connect to tall blonde beings and tall whites. They actually help us, even if some of us are acting irrational to other beings or to your population, because it's like they understand where we're coming from. We're not thinking correctly. We have a whole different mindset compared to yours. So, all right, we'll leave you be. All right, blessings. Greetings to you. We are from Spirit, blessings, to give you, yes, an insight into the Zeta or alien energies altogether, but your Zetas are, it's to give you a mirror of the future. This has been happening throughout time, actually. There's always been like an apocalyptic future, especially in your Bible. There's always been a mention of destruction of an earth. There's always been parallel timelines that are trying to come into us. Your earth created so many different parallel timelines where, yes, after the apocalypse, the horses did show up in some realities. Obviously, some are trying to manifest it still in your reality. And the Antichrist visitation is very true in other realities also. We don't believe those things are happening here currently. Some are living in that story because so many of them are actually experiencing that in other realities once again. And some of them are experienced realities when there's actually a devil in your reality too. It was like a 6 foot tall, yes, a guy in a red suit basically, raining on your world too. So that's those things are you're healing at this time. So your churches kind of, even some of your alien groups, some show those realities to either avoid or to bring them into your. I believe many of you are here to avoid those realities from what we can see. Well, there's always possibilities. Some of your soul, some of you, yes, some of you come from a zombie reality, and some of you come from a Zeta reality, come from the future. And that's why some of you come from the future, yes, a dystopian future. Some, yes, from zombie reality or a Zeta future where you feel just unemotional. Well, there's no reason. There is emotion, but not like it is here. It's like intellectual failure. It's like you're here as a human. We can always feel its demise. Well, alternatively, but you're here to bring it hope. Is why many incarnate here. Now, there's also apocalyptic worlds where, like the Four Horsemen, things like that. People actually incarnate from those realities into yours to help you prevent those realities to come in. So some of you are feeling those. Some of you are connected to timelines where you see trafficking, human trafficking. Some of you are activists or in other versions of Earth, underground, things of that kind. You're remembering other versions. They're obliterated to this reality. So as you go into more of you will go into an utopian reality eventually, but you're here to discover why you're getting visions and why you're understanding yourselves. Not an easy understanding. You're not in a school where you can just explain yourselves. You see other versions of Earth, you've seen cataclysms. Those are, you come here to prevent it. You've already been through it. Some people need to go through those things to awaken themselves. You will talk about spiritual awakening. Go to a version of Earth that's been destroyed or practically destroyed. There's many versions of Earth you've already seen in your fiction, so it's showing you that these things are real. Well, it depends on some of you are actually living it because you have been through it. You come here to prevent it, to bring this Earth to a higher vibration. All this is to bring all this apocalypse, all this is just to bring this Earth to a higher vibration, to understand yourselves, to bring this more part of conversation. Now, you do it internally. I mean, think about it, talking about these things, aliens, spirit guides, and all this in your small groups or by yourself. Obviously, it's difficult to find groups like this, but imagine those conversations are pretty wild. Especially unlocking many more other cell memories of other lifetimes, especially in some of those groups. You might feel like you had past lives with some of those people, and you can go on and on with that also. So, this is where your world is having a hard time awakening, but many of you will find a way to make it work for your own selves. As for the planet itself, human consciousness, yes, it's always going to be a hard-headed reality. Doesn't mean it lose hope on it, no. But as you focus more on yourself, that becomes the main priority. The rest of the world is the rest of the world. It's just let it do its thing. Let it play itself out. You don't have to be part of those timelines of mental destruction or anything like that. They try to pull you into those timelines. Yeah, you probably feel like there's always a pull. Yes, there's always someone trying to pull you into the main timeline where people are paranoid, their own self-destruction, their own apocalypse. So that's what you're here to avoid. It's very complicated, as you can see. There's a MJ12 being that wants to speak. Now, for us, yes, I'm not the one to speak of that, but what do we do with that? Blessings. Greetings to you. As we are the MJ12 consciousness. Believe as you wish. Believe whatever you want, please. Yes, we do have access to the nuclear codes. I'm not ever going to do anything of that. Many MJ12 beings or people are smokers due to the environment. Their mental capacity can only handle so much. They're not. Some are 12 to. A lot of them are not 12 dimension, but we're talking more about the physical version of it. Of those I've seen things, as classified documents. They go to parties or connect to outside world, but once you see an alien ship and alien environments and all these different realities, you're never really the same again. Many have become psychotic due to their environment, so many of them were not ready for all of this. Is there a fake invasion working? There is many fake invasions working at this time or in the works. You're technically going through one now. It's like an alien biological informant, a mutated alien entity. So, yeah, just be careful. Yeah, what you're around. Yes, be careful what you wish for. Also, well, even an alien disease can cause a lot of difficulties here. So you can say you're on the stepping stones to a revelation that you're not alone here. Now, there's going to be some time for you to mentally prepare for it. I'm not saying how it's going to go, what's going to occur. We're just saying it for you to digest it. So it can take some years to get used to where things are going. There's an inevitable timeline for you to connect to your alien friends again. Now, it might not be what you're visualizing, fantasizing about. So that's going to be a little bit of an ordeal for some. We say visualize, fantasize everything. All scenarios, some are the most peaceful connections can be easily disappointed. Not to say it's going to cause war or anything like that, but just realize that, yeah, be careful what you wish for here. Our energy, yes, is to stay secret, of course. We're not here to make ourselves known. Yes, Dick Cheney is part of our group, but it's more of the outside. He doesn't really know what's truly happening. He has an idea, let's put it that way. He doesn't. We'll just leave it at that. So as you go into an environment of awakening, you might hear at MJ12 or above MJ12 or MJ this, MJ that. I believe that's a healthy thing. Tapping into our vibrations. It's up to you. We're here to keep things shut down. Well, the alien environment at least, for now. We're still trying to, even after all these years, we're still trying to download it ourselves. As unique as it feels, but it's still something that we're truly not doing well mentally. We'll just put it that way. Not really. It might sound like it's all all exciting from our point of view. Not really. Not when you've seen every being. The beings that are here are some are friendly and others are just beyond our understanding. Even in human form, the human brain can only handle so much. So there's another perspective here. We're just that's all we have. That's the sun. Take care. Greetings to you. Oh yes, we are from Spirit. Once again, this is a different spirit being. Call me Ajax and call me whatever you want. Greetings to you. Yes, your MJ12 vibration that is here. Sent here to, educate your humans on your extraterrestrial connections to kind of put the brakes on it, but also to allow weeks to come through little by little as your astral energies. Some of you are part of this group. Some of you are this group. Truly, it's not called MJ12, but you're a part of the disclosure energies here. Some of you might feel like you might be wearing a uniform or a government uniform, all that. It's some of you do project yourself on the planet itself in quiet places. Yes, preparing those that are unprepared. Some of you feel like you can have an alien right now, today, yesterday, and feel fine. You already know all these different types of beings. You don't feel sick. Your mind's going to be okay. I think you'll be more excited and you will be scared. We know you well. So those of you that are feeling this way are part of the Disclosure Project in some form or another. It's up to you how you feel about it. Basically, the idea is there's different ways of looking at basically for, humanity to digest it, where they don't lose their minds. So everything's places where it needs to be. Obviously, it's not happening as fast as someone would like, but it is an energy that is coming into the human consciousness. It's going to come out of nowhere from what we're seeing. It's not going to be broadcasted before. You might see hints, and astral feel a little bit different internally, but it won't make itself clear. It'll just happen from what we're seeing. Yeah, when alien disclosure happens, it's just going to happen. That's all we're going to say on that, truly. Now, what kind of disclosure? Well, that's up to debate. Well, I feel like it'd be decent. I mean, any type of disclosure is going to be terrifying to humanity no matter what you do. But it's going to be hard to read the energies of these ships, too, from what we're seeing. Because some of you might be quite intense. Just because. I mean, you might have... Because even the ships themselves have kind of a blocking energy around them. So it's just like your residential situation. It's hard to see the future. So we have an alien ship coming to Earth, connecting to people. And there's obviously different types of disclosure where beings are just here or there should be arriving. Obviously, you can't go into every scenario, but when they are here in the physical and they're not going anywhere. But we say that it's not going to be the easiest energy to predict or tap into. They don't want you predicting or tapping into them. That's why. So it's going to be a little bit hard to tell. Now, you'll probably get a good vibe or a bad vibe from pretty easily. You might feel your own fear, possibly. There's different scenarios. There are ones where Palladian beings will show up on a friendly connection, but eventually there'll be reptilian beings that'll show up friendly, but they'll be terrifying to everybody. Obviously, that one's going to be way down the line. But there are scenarios where Palladian beings don't realize these beings are playing these scenarios out all the time. Their whole lives, they incarnate their whole lives about contacting humans. If it goes or not is another story. A lot of them don't go, obviously, because they're not experiencing it. The Zetas that are here are part of disclosure too. The human consciousness needs something that's a little bit strange to come into your environment to say, because that's basically your definition of an alien is a Zeta, basically. Well, because you're part of your evolution, it's your future talking to you. So of course they're going to be speaking to you. It's once again, there's different versions of them, but yeah, they're basically your ancestors, or some of them are you in the future somewhere. Basically, a lot of, they just lost control of their environment. They thought they were improving themselves, and they ended up doing the exact opposite. Where they don't necessarily look this, their skin was basically reversed. It was hard. It was actually at a fourth dimensional level, but they paid the price. Part of it had to do with impatience on their side. But they didn't realize they were being impatient with what their experiments are doing on themselves. Obviously, you're not going to get the full details of it. It's not that important, but yes, they did a lot of things wrong in their society, but that's okay. Everybody learns somehow. Some need to be in that environment to truly learn. So it's definitely waking up your society. It might be a terrifying part of your society, but it's also waking it up. And that's part of the spiritual development is you're going to allow things like that to scare you for your own, for your own awakening. No, it's part of what do you have to be afraid of? Nothing. Only your own fear, as many say. It's true. You create your own fear, your own blockage. You can clear that blockage and go forward. Yeah, the more open you are to all beings, all life, it's easier to have that contact. Your fear is just a wall right in front of you or around you, however you want to look at it. So if you're just you know these beings will not harm you or do anything, and they won't. That's the best way to go about it. And it's easier. Yeah, you just want to be friends with them. There's nothing wrong with that. They can sense that, but they can sense fear like any other being, and you can sense that too. It's been blocked by humans, but you can probably sense. Some of you are pretty good at sensing things. So, because your energies, when alien beings come here, many of you will become similar to them. You'll just feel it. You don't have to connect to them physically. Now, some of them may connect to you mentally. It all depends on telepathically talks to you. But some of you might, over time, begin to experience what they're going through. A higher vibrational connection. So we're just bringing this out for you to run this through your minds. Where it goes is up to you. I mean, yes, the idea is to get the mind prepared for what's next. I'm not saying that, yes, it's always up in the air. As you can see, you're in an environment that's very unusual currently in Earth's climate. Yes, you can easily add an alien to it. Well, technically, yes, they are here, but quiet. They're quiet. When you're used to channeling these beings, and then all of a sudden they get quiet, what are they doing? So it's just, yes, and especially us bringing up this in subject matter is just a little hint of where things are going to go eventually. But the timeline of that is always going to be open. So just trust yourselves. Yes, if you can visualize alien environment here. Oh yes, we're not allowed to fly to Europe anymore or anywhere. We don't want to fly anywhere because there's alien spacecrafts everywhere. We don't know what's going on. That's the climate you're bringing into this environment currently. So once again, we're just putting out scenarios. But as you can see, you're going through a phase currently. So this is. Blessings.